As We Heal is a space for open conversation, personal stories, and diverse perspectives. The experiences shared in this episode are unique to each individual and may not reflect the experiences of others. Nothing discussed should be taken as professional advice. Please consult an appropriate professional for support relating to your own health, well-being, or circumstances.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of As We Heal, and today on my couch I have a very special and very exciting guest. My friend and Apprentice 2026 winner and founder of Kishkin, Karishma. I am so happy that you are here, and I'm just so excited to dive into all things healing and all things Karishma, because this year has been monumental for you and for the South Asian community and for the community of women who have been battling with acne and so many other things in their life, which I feel like you have helped put on the map. And I'm really excited to talk about it. So thank you, Karishma, for being here. And why don't you go ahead and tell the audience just a little bit about you before we dive into all the questions.
Hi everyone. Firstly, Keisha, thank you for having me. Obviously, as a friend, we have a relationship. Then you're also like my PT and like a bit of a life coach situation going on as well. But this is like different for us. Like we don't really like sit and deep dive into like what's happened, who we are, because what we're doing is constantly so productive. Exactly. And it's always like either business or fitness, or there's always an agenda. And I feel like for the first time we're just sat and discussing. So I think we'll learn a lot about each other as well. Know. Exactly. And just to tell you a little bit more about me, obviously everyone's seen she's won The Apprentice, but I think I'm a lot more, that's like the last thing I tell people sometimes, because it's not something that I brand myself with. Like first and foremost, like I am just a girl. I always say this, like I feel like I am the most girl next door girl that anyone will meet. No one ever sees me and thinks, oh, like she's too aspirational. Mm-hmm. She's like not someone I can relate to, have a conversation with. She's not, I feel like I am very down to earth, because I don't think I've like elevated in like a way where, financially or, the way I see myself, my perception of myself, I don't think any of that has changed. All it is that I'm doing well, and I'm glad that I gave myself the grace when I needed it, and now I get to enjoy the fruits of like all the hard work I've done. But to put it simply, like I've just been hustling for as long as I can remember. Yeah. I look after my family, I look after everyone. I love the people in my life so much that I feel the need to give them the world, and that comes with me doing a lot of the hard work that goes into it. Maintaining relationships is like not the easiest for me, because I prioritize being able to give people, and like I believe my love language is definitely gift giving. Because I want to always give people an opportunity, take them somewhere, give them something. Like I love giving, but that often takes like away from what I'm doing for myself. So but I'm a businesswoman. I obviously am a content creator first. Content creator first, started that when I was 18 years old, then became a businesswoman at 27, and now I'm 29, getting married very soon, stepping into a new era of my life, my Mrs. era, and just finally prioritizing myself, which is why I'm here today on the As We Heal podcast.
And it feels like it's been a long time coming as well for you to take that time and finally prioritize yourself. So my first question for you is, what was little Karishma like growing up?
Mm-hmm. Oh my God, why am I feeling emotional already? You just asked me the question. I'm actually an emotional wreck all the time though. It's because no one asks me stuff. Like people will go like, oh, how's your day? How was your apprentice? How was this? How was that? For the longest time, no one's like asked me anything about me as a being. Like I want to know about you. Okay, little Karishma was a people pleaser to the absolute maximum level. Like she wanted to make everyone proud. She wanted to have everyone pat her on the back, whether it was her friends, her teachers, her parents, her guardians, like whoever is in their life. Like she respects her elders a lot. She has no boundaries, because the only boundaries that matter are the boundaries that other people have. And I'm like, okay, how do I meet their needs? So I'm a people pleaser through and through. And little me would be like, what do I do to stay in everyone's good books? And like, I just had like no, like, I know it sounds kind of bad to say this, but I was always in the shadows. Like, I have an older sister who's got like a huge personality, and I love her so much, but ultimately, like, I was her baby sister, and I loved being her baby sister. Like, she would always lead the way and I'm always in the back, and I love that. But I also felt like a part of me didn't get to become a person for a long time. So because I was so busy pleasing everyone and doing what they wanted me to do, I had no sense of self. I had no sense of who I am. I knew, like, I love dancing, but I would never dance outside, like in public, no, in front of people at parties. I would go in the toilet, lock the door, and like dance and be like, oh, that was really good, let me do it again. And like, that was what I would do. And I just really loved like being with my friends. Like, I loved sports. I loved like just being outside, involved with things. Everything I did, like, people were there.
Yeah.
You know, community, like that sense of like never being by myself. I love that. I did also like have I would say quite a traumatic experience growing up, in that like I was in one home and then the next, and then there was a lot of moving and there was a lot of like instability within my family. But that being said, like, I think that's why I yearned family so much. Yep. All I wanted was stability, even till today. All I'm ever talking to Keisha about is like, how do we buy a house? What do we do? All I want is to lay a ground, like, down foundation. That's what I want. So not a lot has changed, but since then, I think when I turned around, like, I don't know, 16, 17, I got a little bit older, and my kind of group started changing. I started going to different schools and bigger environments and more personalities, and I started developing into a person. But then I would always look back and think, oh my God, like, I was a dog on a leash my whole childhood. All I did was follow instructions and obey commands. That's it.
And when do you think that actually changed to say that, you know, you were such a people pleaser growing up? When did that click? Because I remember very early on you being on social media. Of course, before anything came about, you were a content creator. I always knew you as Karishma, and, you know, your content would make me laugh, and you would talk about these stories, and you would say the things that were on my mind, whether that would be funny things about the things that you think about, the things that the aunties say at the events, you know, and it would always bring out, oh, this is so funny, but it's also so real. When did that switch happen?
I think that switch for me happened when, like, I went to college, and because I've been so sheltered, like, my whole life, I didn't realize, like, what fun is for other people. You know, like, you know, it's very normal to go out with your friends. It's very normal to go on holidays with your friends. It's very normal to experience life with your friends and not just with your family. And, like, just be, like, you know, an obedient child. Like, there's so much more to life. There's so much fun in rebellion. There's so much fun in getting in trouble and being naughty. And, like, the kid that was good in class, the teachers don't remember them. The teachers are like, oh, that one was a nightmare. He was cheeky. I loved him. Like, you know, there's nothing memorable about being just forgotten about. Like, I mean, like, just, you know, a part of the furniture. And I felt like growing up, I was just a part of the furniture. I was an accessory to my family. I was an accessory to my home. I was just an accessory. You know, and I was never the main character. So I started developing like this like main character syndrome, as I feel every brown girl at some point in her life is like, okay, whatever, like, this is my world. This is my world. This is my stage. Everyone else is just living in it. And I started thinking like that because I was like, wow, like, everything I've done this far in my life has been so insignificant because I'm making others' dreams come. I'm like a genie in a lamp. What the hell? So I was like, no, this has to stop. And then I started doing more rebellious things. I started going out with like the bad girls and like seeing, they were all like highly academic bad girls though. Like, they weren't like, you know, but they were just like people that are really aspirational. Like, they want to do huge things with their lives, but they also have boyfriends, and they also have like, you know, social media, and they also, you know, doing all these fun things in life and like fake IDs and blah blah blah. So I wanted that because I wanted to have stories to tell. Like, I can't believe, like, firstly, I don't know what trauma this is with, but I don't remember anything before 12 years old. Not a thing.
I'm in a similar boat to you with that.
Like, I just don't remember anything. And like, someone could be like, oh, what's your favorite childhood memory? Like, I know like around 12 years old, my dad took me to Florida, and that was like the best time of my life. And then everything is a blur. Like, genuinely don't know why. Like, sometimes I'll randomly just like have like a flashback and it will just set me off. But I don't remember much.
And when that switch happened, what was everybody's around you thoughts? Because you've gone from being the most obedient. You said you felt like a part of the furniture. You were there, people pleasing everyone. What was everyone's reactions to that? Because in a brown household, like when we are, you know, 100 please, thank you. You know, when it's like that every single moment growing up, I used to be that kid. And I think I took people pleasing actually very much early on into my 20s, which I had to learn the hard way, which was not good for me. What was everyone's reactions around you?
I think everyone thought, oh, she's changed. She's got bad influences around her. Something must have happened. But like, I was already imagining this life. It was a fantasy world where like I go out and I go to the club and I'm wearing what I want and I'm talking to boys and I'm drinking and I'm, you know, like music is playing and I'm dancing through the streets of London. Like, this was a fantasy to me. But then I was like, wait, what? This is someone's Monday afternoon. Like, why is it so out of my reality to do this? But because traditionally speaking, like the family I come from, it's very much like the girls need to be obedient. The girls need to be like the phrase people like to use is "हाथ से निकल गई है." Like, she is out of control. And I think that's what people started saying about me. Like, she's out of control. What do you mean you like dancing? Are you a नाचने वाली? Like, I got compared to like these bad things, you know, for like wearing something that I would feel confident in. I would be kind of like called like really, really horrible language for, you know, having certain outfit choices or whatever. And I understand there's a thin line between like, that's disrespectful, like you shouldn't be wearing that. But like, I'm also on holiday. I'm also like at the beach and I'm like, whatever. But then it's like, oh, but you don't need to post it. And I'm just like, you can't please anyone. So why have I spent the last 20 years of my life trying to do that?
Yeah. I love that was your switch. I remember having a very similar moment, actually. When I was on holiday in Morocco, I was having a lovely time, and I remember posting some pictures randomly, and then the amount of messages, like my parents got pretty much in the next 10 minutes being like, oh, tell Keisha to remove these pictures. And I was just figuring out who I was, like what I liked and what I enjoyed in my own personal company when I had that independence. And I love that you got to reach that point as well. Now, in my opinion, I would say you are a manifestation queen, even if you might not call yourself that. But something that I noticed, and this was, I think, earlier on when we started chatting, maybe you had behind you, and I think you still have it now, you have a vision board. Tell me about that.
Okay, so vision boarding to me was a scam for the longest time, because I was like, it's in my vision board, therefore it's in my mind. So like, there's nothing, because I'm a very visual person. Like, I could imagine a whole story in front of my eyes, and like the room has stayed still, like it stayed still, nothing has changed, but I've imagined it. I know exactly what it looks like. But one thing I didn't realize is that there's a big difference between having to spare a thought for this and having it constantly surround you. So like, you could think about owning the most luxurious car in the world, but unless you like have something to put that into perspective, it's just a vision. And a vision cannot come true unless it's like something you're working towards. Now, as long as it's in your head, it's only an afterthought, because it's only when after your to-do list for the day is done, your checklist is done, the kids are gone to bed, the food is made, blah blah blah, do you spare a thought for yourself. And usually that is more about what's tomorrow's checklist, you know. So I only started doing this thing about 2 years ago, where I would print things out and I would turn it into a visual like stimulus in my room, something that I look at, something that I kind of feel proud that like, if I really wanted to, some of those pictures can come off now because I've done them, you know. And that's wow to me. Like, before I went away for The Apprentice, one of my friends came to wish me good luck, and he's a very successful, like, he's in the TV world, he's a producer, and he bought a brand new red Jag. And he parked outside and I was wearing a red tracksuit and it just so matched the car, and I took a picture. That was the last picture I took before leaving for The Apprentice, and now I have my own red car. And I printed that and put it on my vision board. Bear in mind, like, I had like this thing where like I filmed The Apprentice in 2025, but it came out in 2026. So when I was doing my New Year's vision board, I knew there's a massive piece of like success on the other end of this, because I didn't know if I'd won, but I knew I was a finalist. So I knew regardless, like depending on the edit, depending on how I've carried myself throughout the show, there is something pending. So my vision board was really about connecting that uncertainty, because I knew I've done something incredible. The world ain't seen it yet. It could go either way for me. I could be the most hated person on the internet, or I could be the most loved person on the internet. The personality I have always made me feel like I am like, I'm not this like girl that every girl wants to be, but I am the girl that every girl wants to be friends with, and that's fine.
Yeah.
You know, and that's okay.
I think in this last year, in this side that everyone has gotten to see, I can very well say I'm pretty sure you are that girl that a lot of women want to be. And these younger women, and even little Karishma, I don't know if you've ever done this activity. My hypnotherapist made me do it, and it might be something really cool to do, where it's you get yourself into a hypnosis state and you visualize younger Karishma. The Karishma that you were just telling me, who felt like she was just a part of the room and had to be quiet and, you know, a lot more submissive in certain ways. And, you know, how would you talk to her? Would you give her a hug? And what would you reassure her that you are doing right now? Because it is so inspiring, and there's so many things within her that you've probably healed that you've probably not even realised.
I think like a lot of people, they make this like content around like getting their spark back, their childhood spark, but I believe like I had no spark as a child, because I do feel like it was taken away from me. So I feel like if I ever had to do an activity like that, I would just break down, because
after recording, definitely.
yeah, because I do feel like a little me was just such a waste of life. Like people didn't see anything interesting about her. And that's just so sad to me, which is probably why I overcompensate now and I have to win a TV show and have 500,000 followers and like do the most outrageous, like big, like put on a show. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the reason I'm doing this is because I've been really, really, really ignored. Like as a child, I've been really in the background, really just like glazed over. Now it's like, if you're going to see me, you're going to see me on every billboard in the country. I promise you that. Yeah. It's like this, it comes from a place of anger. And as much as my ambition is so huge and I'm doing it for me, like there's a very honest part of me that can say, I want everyone that did me wrong to see me thriving and feel like, it's bad to say this, but I want them to feel jealous. Yeah, I want them to feel like we fucked up. I want them to feel like envious of the life I've made because I left the life that they made for me.
Yeah. To the version of Karishma that was becoming this outspoken, you know, posting on social media version of herself, who was somewhat shunned for being that version. Have you had anyone who's now done a complete 180 and been like, oh my gosh, Karishma, so proud of you, let's get to know each other again?
I'm selective on who I let in, but there's some people I can't control, like for example family. If they wanted to reach out, I'm not going to say, oh no, I can't, because I can't do that because of my whole, like I still have respect for people. Friends wise, I think people know better than to message me after they haven't for a long time. Like you should know, you will never know you're dead to me, but you'll feel you're dead to me, because what are you doing here now?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like we lost touch and that's fine. But if someone was to message me saying, look, I know we haven't spoken a while, but I'm so proud. There's people that did that and they were at my final party because I invited them, because they thought of me and they put their ego to the side and they put years of no communication to the side and they wanted to say, I'm proud of you. Yeah, those people were there, and I have no hate in my heart for people that just got busy with their lives, as you should, right? But there's people that come and go with my success waves. So like when I was on like a really high paid salary job, there was people circulating, and then obviously I lost that job and then they disappeared. And they were like, oh yeah, like you lost your job because you were wearing this and you were doing this online and nobody wants to employ someone like this. And now they have risen from the ashes, you know?
And I completely resonate with that because I've experienced that in my own way as well. I love how you're very much standing strong in, of course, you know, when there are family members and people who you hold a certain level of respect for naturally, especially in our culture, we're not going to obviously tell them, okay, no, you must go away now. But I love that you also had people there at your final watch party. And I think that shows a lot about your character too. Because I think as younger kids, and I know, you know, you've spoken about this before, you didn't know about your own boundaries. You only knew about other people's boundaries and respecting them. But this has probably taught you how to set your own boundaries, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think like a part of me realizes who matters and who doesn't anymore. Like there's a strong sense of everybody is replaceable apart from the people that aren't. And I really do stand by that. Like, you know, and I don't mean this in a rude way, but people come and go, right? People come and go. The people that you would hope don't come and go are like parents, siblings, partners, right?
Yep.
These are the people that you hope are constants.
Yep.
And constants are very important. I haven't had constants in their parents. Like, for example, us. Yeah, I feel bad for people that maybe like they're, you know, the people that they deemed constants disappeared overnight.
Yeah.
You know, like I feel bad for those people because constants keep you grounded. When we didn't have maps, the people, sailors, and they would use the stars and the constellations as a map to get across seas.
Yeah.
You know, and those are your anchors. And like, I reckon like it's really important to have that. So people that grow up like overly independent, they are their own anchor, and that's a very, very strong sense of direction. But also if you get lost, you're lost.
You're lost.
Because you've got nothing to, you know. So I do feel like a part of me like now believes that I can count on probably one hand how many people are irreplaceable to me. And unfortunately everybody else for me is a part of my story, but never the chapter.
100%.
Like,
I
really,
hear it.
like they're a page or two.
Yeah.
Because I just don't give that energy to no one now. I really couldn't care less who you are. Even, you know, I think that like, you know, blood is thicker than water, but you can dilute that shit.
Yeah.
And some people
Facts.
dilute it and then they think, oh, blood is thicker than water. And it's like, no, you watered it down.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
like, that's just how I see it now. Absolutely. I think constants are important, and maybe you have one, or maybe you have none, or maybe you have 10. But always remember who your constants are.
Yeah. Now, thank you so much for opening up about this, because I know it's really big to talk about your personal life. And I wanted to ask you, you've been so open about your healing journey. Now, on social media, even before The Apprentice, whether that's been about acne, or that's been about your relationships in the past, or even, you know, your career, what do you think that has taught you, and what would you say about your healing journey now, sitting where you're at?
My healing journey now, sitting where I'm at, I'll be honest, I'm glad it worked out for me. Because maybe it wouldn't have, and maybe I would have been not on the other end, and then I wouldn't be sat on this sofa. Because it's like but then also like the harder I work, the more luckier I would get, and the more things would start working out for me. So there is completely a reason why things have started to change, and that's because I started to change and I started to work harder and all my stuff. But with like, for example, the smallest thing that I can think of, because I believe my looks are the most insignificant thing about me, but like my skin, at some point that was the only thing that consumed me so much. It was like the only thing I wanted to do was have clear skin, and then once that was done, the only thing I wanted to do was have success, and then it was like the only thing I wanted to do is have financial stability. So healing comes with goals for me, because I believe that like if I've accomplished something, a part of that was healed, because that was so much anxiety around that not being certain. Again, it comes down to a stability thing. I grew up without it, therefore I seek for it constantly. So like if my business is doing well, the part of me that's constantly anxious about money or success or where I'm at, and if I've put myself on the map yet, have I not, that anxiety has healed, right?
Yeah.
I will, and I really think that that's like just something that maybe sounds a bit surface level, but to me it's like, it's doing something substantial. Like, for example, I've won this show, right? I've won the show, it's a part of history. Yeah. It's a part of history, no one can erase it. Yeah. Therefore, a part of me that says you are forgettable has healed. Yeah. And now I walk into rooms like I really, really feel like I have like a status where I don't have to say, hey, I'm this and I do this and I do this and I do this. Do you think I'm worth an intro? Do you think I'm worth a chat or whatever? Like, no, if you want to chat to me, chat to me. And I do think that's come with age slightly, like where I've realised my value isn't associated with how much time people give me. Yeah. It's like, look, I've done this and you should look me up.
Yeah, that's what you can bring to the table.
Yeah. So I think healing does come with like setting goals, whether that's bettering your skin or, I don't know, like putting yourself on the map somewhere or accomplishing something. Healing comes with, for me personally, as I've done this, therefore that part of me has healed because I've overcome it. So
I know it sounds cliche because people have probably said this a lot, but it sounds like every single pillar that you've had which has stemmed from a place of pain. So for example, acne, your feeling of being seen, and then the security side of things, your pain is what you've now turned into your power. And somehow, and in some incredible way which you've worked towards, and even going back to the manifestation board behind you, how do you feel as though you've taken those pillars now that you're talking about, the acne, the being seen, and being able to create some sort of stability for yourself, you've turned that into a power?
So I agree, it's an action plan. There's no point of putting unrealistic things. There's nothing unrealistic on my vision board. I haven't put, I don't know, like a yacht on there because I'm far away from that. But like, I've put things that are within my reach, okay? Like there's an image of me dressing like a boss. There's an image of me standing with a microphone in my hand. There's an image of me receiving an award. There's a lot of like health is wealth focused stuff because those things are very actionable. I don't really like leaving things up to the universe. The universe may or may not be on your side this time, you know, and you can only hope that it is. And I love that the universe has kind of like looked after me recently, but also I've had years, consecutive years of the universe is like, this is your learning. Like right now, you'll roll in the dirt and you'll really feel what it's like to be at the very bottom of like the humble beginnings. But then you'll see, you'll rise. You'll rise. And like for a long time I was like, oh God, like everything that could potentially be going wrong is going wrong. And then I also get a parking ticket that day. And it's like me just like a massive like middle fingers up at the universe. Do you hate me? Like what is going on? But that being said, now I get a parking ticket and I'm laughing. Because I'm like, oh, this is so funny. Like, okay, whatever. But like, it comes down to like you really wanting, desiring something, and if you want it, like nothing will get in the way, and all the universe needs to do is like, yeah, cool, that's hers, it's written for her. So although like manifestation, I don't like to put a label on it because I feel like if you think it, you can do it. When people ask me like, what's your favorite quote, my favorite quote, and I don't know if it's even a quote, but it's, you are exactly who you think you are. And that can be in two ways. Like, you know, Baddie walks into the room and someone's like, oh, she's exactly who she thinks she is. But what the main word of that statement is think. Right? Like if I think I ain't shit, I will not do anything.
Correct.
If I think like I'm gonna walk into something wearing a tracksuit set and I'm gonna secure like some massive deal, or I'm gonna secure some major improvement, something like an accomplishment or some kind of like conversation even. It's how I carry myself. It's because I think I'm a very valued person in this room.
Correct.
And if you don't think like that, you will so get lost in the noise. You just will.
I love that.
Yeah, perception is everything. And like the worst thing you could do is look in the mirror and see no worth. Like the worst thing you could do. You really need to fake it till you make it. I think that's because like there's nothing fake about that. It's you thinking. There's ambition in that statement. There is manifestation in that statement. There is belief in that system. Like if you can't believe in who you will be in a month, a year, that person will never become. You are exactly who you think you are. If you think you're a baddie, you'll become.
So someone listening to you right now is gonna watch this and be like, wow, Karishma, like I take so much from this, because I'm thinking about this myself. I'm like, wow, I take so much from this, and this is gonna go ahead and set me, you know, on fire, on track for the next week. What have been some of your hardest moments of life though, that have now pushed you into this reality? What have you gone through and overcome, and things that we wouldn't necessarily know about?
I think I've really thought about this in the past. Like, what are the main traumas in my life? All of my traumas, the common denominator is being told I'm not enough. And I know that's going to sound so cliche, but let me, for example, give you like an example, okay? Like in a previous relationship, I was constantly trying to fill this bucket with a massive hole at the bottom. And I'm just like doing the most. I'm doing this and I'm doing that. I'm being a perfect girl, the perfect daughter-in-law, the perfect potential wife, the perfect this, perfect that. I'm doing everything. Like I've got nothing left to give. And unfortunately, it's like genuinely fall to someone else.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, wait, why am I again getting lost in the noise again after everything that I've been through? But it was because I wasn't enough to that person. The most like amazing job that I ever had in this marketing world, and I was 24 and on a 6-figure salary, and like it really defined my worth at that age. Cause I was like, I'm 24 and I'm flying out here and there. I'm doing the most. Like I can afford whatever I want right now. You know, it was like that. And then I lost that job. And it was because they didn't need me anymore. I could give you like 3 major examples in my life where I've been told you're not needed anymore, or you're not fulfilling this role. And that is what annoys me, because I've given it my all. Anything I do, I believe I give it my all. I believe like there's not even a speck of energy that I didn't pour into that because I wanted it to work.
I hear it. Were you carrying your people-pleasing tendencies into all of those relationship roles and careers back then too?
I mean, I still do it.
Yeah.
I'm still guilty of that, because I am a nice girl.
Yeah.
And if me saying something is going to make someone a little bit happier, I'll say it.
Yeah.
I'll do it. If you know, like, I really do put myself on the back burner of it all, because it might make someone happier to see me that day and me made some time for them, and okay, I have to do 10 things tomorrow, but that's fine. Because for me, like, ultimately, I want to be a good person. One thing I never want is for someone to walk away from an interaction with me and say, what a piece of work.
Yeah.
Nah, man.
Yeah.
I could never imagine, like, when they're putting you in the ground and everyone will have that day, that someone's like, oh yeah, she was like this, by the way. Or like, you know, just have one negative thing. You know, ultimately, like, everyone that's done me wrong, I dare you put them in this position and ask them, what did she do wrong?
Yeah.
And they won't be able to have an answer. And I've asked people that. I've called people up and say, if you can say one thing I did wrong, I will beg. I will come to your door. I will knock. I will get on my knees and I'll beg for forgiveness. Just one thing. And I stayed on the phone for, I kid you not, probably like 25 minutes, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And they were just like, yeah, but this, and this, and this. And I'm just like, yeah, but what?
Yeah.
What did I do?
Yeah.
And I'm waiting.
It sounds like you have loads of love to give. And I know this as well from just getting to know you personally in our sessions. You are probably one of my most favourite people to be around, because you do. Even naturally, I've met you on days where you have been shattered, where you have not wanted to train. But you will find a moment in that session even to uplift me. And even though that is my role as a coach, to uplift you. So I do absolutely adore that about you. And when it comes to you looking back at this version of you, let's say we're sitting at, 85 years old, what is one thing that 85-year-old Karishma would want Karishma now to do for that version of her?
I really mean this. Like, I know it's important to care about things, but I really need to stop caring about things. And when you think like, oh, this is so cliche, like I've heard this a million times. The reason you've heard it a million times is because you're not understanding it. And it takes for you to hear it a million times for you to actually see what people are trying to say. When we say reach for the stars and shit, like, yeah, I get it. But what do you take away from that statement? When I say stop caring, what I mean is that every single person is insignificant. No matter how much you love them, you do them wrong, you step a foot in the wrong direction, they will flick you like the end of a cigarette. Like, trust me on that. It doesn't matter how much loyalty you showed them. I've shown people more loyalty than, I don't know, like, I promise you that much. Like, I'm a very loyal person, and I've been rewarded with nothing for my loyalty. So now I genuinely don't care. Like, I don't care what the consequences of things are, so long as they don't hurt anyone. If I don't hurt anyone, I'm not stealing joy. I'm doing it.
Would you say your goal for the rest of this year, especially after coming out of The Apprentice, is now to finally use this time to pour into your cup? And that's going to mean in so many ways, whether that's from a health perspective, from a taking time to actually rest and enjoy the fruits of your labour, to spend more time in your relationship. Would you say that that is your goal? What is your goal?
My goal is to look at something and say, I want it, I got it, right? So, like, if I want a happy marriage, exactly. If I want a happy marriage, I want it, I got it. If I want children, I want it, I got it. If I want a nice house, I want it, I got it. And what am I going to do to get there is just be me, work harder, do what I'm doing. I've picked what I've wanted to do with this life. I'm very lucky in that I figured it out. I figured out what my purpose was. Kishkin is my purpose. This will carry me forward. I will carry it forward. I'm the engine of Kishkin, and Kishkin is the vehicle that's going to carry me from A to B.
Yeah.
So I know that. So I'm going to give it my all. But I also think, you know, this whole lucky girl syndrome thing, I really believe in it. I keep saying, oh my God, I'm God's favourite child. Oh my God, the universe is everything. Like, how many times have we walked from the gym back to the parking? I'm like, I'm going to have a ticket.
Yeah, I'm going to have a ticket. Yeah,
I'm going to have a ticket because I forgot to register my car.
I'm like, no, you're not.
And I don't have a ticket.
And you don't. Yeah.
And I think start looking for the small wins. If you're running late, and the light, instead of going red, stays yellow a little longer. Yes.
Can I give you my perspective on why I know lucky girl syndrome works for you? I think it works for you because you believe it. It's really easy to put things out there. It's really easy to see things on social media. Oh yeah, lucky girl syndrome, angel numbers, all of these things. When we believe something, and when I say believe something, I don't mean, oh, I believe that there's going to be 3 airplanes going over my house today, like an iffy thing, like you're not 100% sure. I'm saying you believe in it on a subconscious level. You have created neural pathways in your mind that say, I am a lucky girl. Oh, the rain started? Oh, that's because I'm lucky. I needed it to rain today.
One amendment there.
Yeah.
I believe everything will work out in my best case scenario.
Correct.
Maybe not in my favour.
Yeah.
But that is the best case scenario.
Okay.
And if you look back at your life,
yeah,
you said this to me the other day, like, had those things not happened, I wouldn't have a Hannah, I wouldn't have Brad, I wouldn't have this life, I wouldn't have what I'm so proud of, what I've constructed for me today. I wouldn't have had any of this if I didn't go through this very shitty moments. And even for me, like, if I didn't face that hollowness as a child, I wouldn't be so full now.
Correct.
But like, ultimately, like, everything works out for your best. But I don't think everything works out for the best. Everything works out for the best case scenario, because everything in your life is like a small little scenario that's happening, and everything is small. Like, don't make something the end all and be all of your life. Like, oh my God, I've got this meeting and it's going to change my life. It won't.
Yeah.
It could for a little while, a scenario of your life, but it's never going to be the thing that you did till you were 80 and then you died and it was the defining moment of your life. Maybe when you met your love of your life and then, you know, that is a defining moment of your life. Maybe when you have your firstborn, defining moment. Or for the first time that you do something that you really think, this changed the trajectory of who I am. Okay.
And do you believe that it's all in hindsight? So I'll give you an example. I'm sitting here right now, and I remember thinking that time when I was younger and I dropped out of school, I was living in a shed. I had nowhere to stay. I had evenings with absolutely no food. I was like, I literally used to think, what is this? What is this existence? When is it going to be over? Those were my thoughts then. I was 16, 17. I didn't have to be thinking like that. In hindsight now, it makes sense. And in that moment in time, when you're going through the rough of it, it's uncomfortable. It's awful, actually, sometimes. But now if I sit down and I put the pieces together, and we spoke about this, about your journey too, and we're like, it makes sense.
It makes sense.
And I would you change anything? Personally, I wouldn't change a thing. As tough as it was, now I do sit back. I've had so much hypnotherapy, Karishma. So much. I still do. Like, sometimes next Friday, like, I'm like messaging my therapist, hi auntie, do you have any time to see me? But I do think that it's those sessions where I sit back and I look at my younger self. I visualise my 7-year-old Keisha, who back then, I was practically mute. My mum spends an hour with my daughter and my mum's like, Keisha, you were never like this. And I'm like, but I'm so happy my daughter's like this because she's loud and she speaks and she's affirmative. She'll tell me when she doesn't want anything. Me, on the other hand, someone would give me aloo gobi even if I didn't want to eat it. I'm like, yes, please.
Yeah. I'm allergic to aloo.
Yeah, I'm allergic, but sure, for you.
No, I think also this is like on a very like molecular level when you think about it. I don't know if that's the right word. But you know why we think like this? Because it was all okay. But like, if someone is currently in it's not even okay right now, okay, maybe it'll be hard for them to think. Hard. Do you know what I mean? Like, it all worked out, so I can now explain it. Yeah. But if you asked me a year ago, or just over a year ago, to be like, oh, but everything happens for the best. I'd be like, no. Why? There's no reason for this to have happened to me.
Correct.
There's no reason. Why does God, why is he doing this?
Yeah.
There's no reason. Now I understand. Now that I'm out of it. So see it through. Let it be known that it will, like, if, oh my God, this is so filmy. You know what they say, yeah? Like, if it's not a happy ending, it's really not the ending of it all.
Yeah.
Because nobody's life is designed to go through misery and pain and this and that. Like, I would like to think. I know some people have it real hard. You know, and our problems are... In someone else's world, they'd pick our problems over theirs any day.
100%.
But, like, you know, everybody has the right to melodramatize what's going on for them.
Facts.
You know,
Yeah.
oh, okay, I'm displaced. People have no home.
Yeah.
And I'm just, like, trying to choose which... You know, where to be today, or like whose house I'm sleeping over.
Whose
people
couch
have
am I
no,
sleeping on?
People have no bed.
Yeah.
People have no education. People have
No
like,
water.
No water. Like, I'm
Yeah.
hungry. Okay, where
Yeah.
should I eat today? Someone has no option.
Yeah.
So like, yes, there's that kind of like, you should be humble enough to say, I have something.
Mm-hmm.
But if you know, the reason we think like this, Keisha, is because it went okay.
It went okay.
So we look back and we're like, yeah, maybe if I wasn't homeless at 12, if my business went well the first time round and like straight away, like within the first couple of months is booming, I wouldn't have applied to the show I've never been interested in my whole life.
And you've never watched.
And I've never watched.
Yeah.
And I genuinely couldn't care less who won The Apprentice, lost The Apprentice. I couldn't give a crap about any of the people involved in production of it all. I don't know. When I applied to that show, I didn't know that Lord Trigger's first name is Alan. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But like, I had to do it out of desperation because I can see the future. I went into that process 5 months into the world of business, and I could see this is it without the help of someone.
Yeah.
I could see that. You need to be able to be hindsight, but you also need to be able to have slightly futuristic visions about what this extrapolates into.
Yeah.
If I feel like this conversation is going to come to nothing in a few months, I wouldn't be here. But like, if I know that this relationship that we're forming is going to lead to one day, you know, my kids are playing in your garden and it's something fruitful.
Yeah.
Because everything must have fruit.
Yeah, I agree.
You know?
And also, I feel as though when you're in it, in the moment, going through the tough of it, it is so hard. And I remember back then when I was really going through it, and I think moments in time, even now, we have moments where we are going through it, it just looks different, right? When we're going through it, what are the things that you choose to hold on to? You mentioned constants and anchors. Constants and anchors also change in terms of what they may be. So my constant as an outlet has always been movement. My constant has always been art. So if you ever find me painting random things around my house, it's because mentally I just needed it. So I'll decide, randomly I'm going to start painting mushrooms on my wall. But what were your anchors? What would ground you when you were going through a really tough time? Was it dancing? What was it?
This is mad because I don't think I had enough like if I really sit down like a day in my life in a really shit day on like a really, really bad, horrible moment, what did I use to anchor it? I think in the last couple of years, my man has been an anchor. He's the only person, because he's such a simple being to his core, that he's the only one that simplifies my life. And in all the chaos, sometimes you need a simple man.
Yes.
And bro, all I've got is like chaos left, right and centre.
Yeah.
And then I'll go and see him and like, what do you want for food? Okay,
Yeah.
what should we watch? Okay, that's our biggest problem.
Yeah.
And I think like, I would say at least for the last couple of years, he's been my escape and my anchor. And like, I've not had to deal with anything by myself entirely. It would be wrong. I can say I built this by myself because I did build it brick by brick by myself. But did I make it all happen by myself? No. There are people that have been there. Like, there's been people that have like been there to ground me. There's been people that have been there to challenge me. And then there's been people that have been my peace in the chaos. And I think as far as an anchor goes, like, there's people you can count on, yeah? So like, I think there's power in siblings, and I know you're an only child, so but I know you have friends that might as well be sisters, so you're very lucky in that case. But 100%, like, your siblings, if you have a good relationship with them, cherish that, because they will anchor you. Like my little sister, she, bless her, like, anything I do, whether it's wrong or right, she finds good in, because she knows I have good intention. It should have had a good outcome. It didn't work out for me. Something hit the fan. Okay, what now? But Gishu Didi, this will be fine. It's part of our story. And then with my man, like, I don't have to do anything by myself, because he is a big believer in, like, I need to be the hero in this because I'm the man. Like, she shouldn't have to rescue herself. So a part of him feels like, how do I contribute to the rescue mission?
I love that.
My dad, like, I talk about my dad endlessly, but sometimes I am my dad's anchor. Like, I say this with, like, all honesty. Like, yes, my dad's shown me business. I understand business because of him. I understand life because of him. I understand the value of relationships because of him. But I am his anchor more than... The reason I don't name him in this conversation, where I name him everywhere I physically can, I am his anchor more than he is mine. Because my dad needs me to be his daughter.
Yeah.
Whereas I look to my dad to be a friend, to be a dad sometimes. Less and less a dad.
Yeah.
More and more a friend.
Yeah.
And, like, you know, I am there for him more than he is there for me. And that's because he's my dad and he's older and I need to look out for him.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm sure when I was younger he did the same for me. But as of this moment right now, who's the anchors, they know who they are.
Yeah.
You know, you've got to be present in someone's life to be an anchor, by the way. You can't be like,
100%.
oh, but I set this up for you. No. And then you disappeared. You've got to be heavily present in people's life to be considered and to be honoured as an anchor.
Yes,
Yeah.
I completely agree. I've got a few anchors in my life, and I know that if I pick up the phone or if I'm going through a rough time, last year I went through a really rough time and I didn't really know what direction I was going in, and I had these constant people, you know, my friends who are basically my sisters. We've been best friends since we were 4, and I remember just being able to pick up the phone and 10 minutes later they're at my house. And they're there. And it's not to do anything, it's just to be around sometimes.
Sometimes you need people that have no ulterior motive. They benefit zero. They lose zero from hanging out with you. What you're going to do is sit on the couch and watch something, or just, like, completely, like...
Often on social media, or somebody sees... I see a completely different side of you, obviously, so I might have a different perspective. But as much as you're grinding, we're working hard, we lock into work, we lock into training, there is a part of you that also really enjoys the mundane. There is a part of you that enjoys the basics. And I think the basics are so needed in this fast-paced life that we live in, especially here in London, where it is go, go, go. And to be able to enjoy your Tesco shop on a Sunday, or to enjoy some family time where you just go to the park, and to enjoy some time where, you know, you just sit down with your partner and cook a nice meal and you rewatch a show from 2008. It's just nice.
Yeah, there is something beautiful about the mundane. Like, there's something nice about cleaning out your fridge and cleaning out your kitchen. And, you know, even I think at some point as an adult, everything I do has an agenda. I will never be... Like, I remember the day before, or the day of, the day that The Apprentice first episode was, or whatever, like, people were, like, sending pictures of what they're doing, and most of them had their feet up on a table and they're watching something, and I'm just like, I don't remember the last time I put my feet up on a table and just watched something. Like, I really don't. Because I don't do that anymore. I don't. Like, everything I do has a mission, like some kind of goal, and maybe that's not good. Maybe that isn't good. Like, even, like, why do I find the Tesco shop so overwhelming?
Yeah.
It's because I have a goal right now, right? My goal is, like, where I'm at with my diet, where I am in my fitness journey, where I'm at with my body. Therefore, that becomes an overwhelming task for me.
Yeah.
So I slept with no bedding, no pillowcase, no bedsheet, and no duvet cover for probably, I would say, about 4 months on a raw mattress, bro.
Karishma.
Like, do you know why? Because I was like, I'm so busy I couldn't put a bedsheet on. I was, like, so ashamed of my living space. I don't deserve a bedsheet. What the hell am I trying to get a good night's sleep for? I don't deserve it. So I wouldn't, like, and it's not because I don't want to put a bedsheet on, I don't have time to do it. It's because I couldn't give a shit how I sleep. Because I don't deserve a good night's sleep. What have I done with my life? And then I put my bedding on when I was like, I went to Tesco and I spent like 30 quid on like a whole floral set, and I did it. By the time I get into bed, I'm so tired. The last thing I want to do is like flip my mattress back to front and like do all this and do all that. And now I'm tired, but because I want a good night's sleep so bad.
Yeah. And you know sleep is so important.
Yes, and now I want the good night's sleep because I want it, I love it, I enjoy it, I need it. So it's different. But yeah, I changed my bedding yesterday.
Slay.
Exactly.
I'm proud of you. I did not know this.
Yeah, I will like not clean my house. I mean, my house is clean. My room, the corner I film in will be spotless. The rest of my room looks crazy because that corner of my room has purpose.
Yeah.
The rest of my room has no purpose.
Has no purpose.
So I don't give it purpose. I don't keep it clean. And it's bad. But it's because I give everything a meaning, an agenda, a task. Like everything is a task for me. It's not good.
It's not. Nothing has just become just the environment. It's now everything must have an end goal. It must serve you. I hear it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, I have some closing questions, and these are similar vibed questions, which I ask all my guests. Mm-hmm. The first one is, what's something that you've healed for that you are most proud of today?
Oh, again, it's going to sound cliche, but
Go for it.
Just like not giving myself the time of day, like self-worth.
Yes.
Like I do really think I'm that girl.
Yes.
Now I do.
Yes.
And I really didn't before. I was just trying to be. So long as you're trying to be that girl, you are not that girl, right?
Yeah.
Because you're trying to be.
Yeah.
Okay? So you can be better always. You can be greater always. But I currently believe the state I'm in, I am that girl.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be anyone else. I am that girl. I'm doing my thing. And that took a long time because I was always trying to be something. I'm not.
Do you think the fake it to make it applied to this? Because for a long time you were trying to be. So were you faking it to make it, and then now you are?
Yeah.
It applied to you?
Yeah. Like, I needed to fake my own importance, but I would never do it, like, in a way that people see on social media.
Yeah.
Like, I have nice things. No, nothing material. I don't enjoy anything material, and I know I have a nice car parked outside, but trust me when I say that, that's so my dad can be like, yeah, my girl. Like, because we've had a crappy, like, car for the longest. You know, I wanted one nice thing, but I'm not a material person. Like, if you came and spilt smoothie all over my tracksuit right now, I'd be like, that's so funny. Yeah. I couldn't care less, you know. But yeah, fake it till you make it. Words to live by.
Yeah,
it will happen.
And it's an energy. It's an energy thing.
It's a roadmap.
Yeah. And what do you hope people remember about you beyond your achievements?
I think one thing they remember about me is that, like, that whole saying where, like, even gold comes from dirt, diamonds come from dirt, roses bloom from dirt. So just remember that when you're in the very bottom of it all and, like, it's giving nothing, yeah? Things start off with nothing. Sometimes all it is a seed and a piece of dirt, and then it blooms into something incredible. Sometimes everyone's seen that analogy with, like, there's a miner just going at it, and then where he turns, he's this far from the gold and the diamonds. So I would say, like, something I would love to be remembered for is that she rose from nothing.
I love that. And what does healing mean to you right now?
Healing right now means to me just being okay for now. Like, I wake up in the day, in the morning, I like to wake up naturally. These days I've been really busy, so I, like, have an alarm and stuff. But, like, I like to wake up when my body wants to wake up. And then I'm like, okay, what do I need to get done today? I keep my days quite lightweight right now because I know I'm overwhelmed with a lot that's happening in my life. So I just want to be okay today. And healing to me looks like not dwelling over shit from the past. I spent the last 2-3 years dwelling and dwelling and dwelling. To the point where I wouldn't let myself just, like, let go.
Yes.
I'm just grabbing onto these reins, like, so tightly, and I'm just, like, racing forward, because I'm just trying to, like... But, like, at the forefront of this analogy, like, you are the horse that's getting whipped and tired and running endlessly and has no brakes.
Yeah.
That's you.
Yeah, 100%.
You know?
I hear it. One day at a time. When it comes to healing.
Just be okay today. And think about tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Be in it. Think about the present moment that you're in. There's a book that I read and then I go back to because I need to take, like, little bits of it. But I don't know if you've read it. It's The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. Every time I read it, it reminds me of bringing myself to the present moment. Even in business, it has helped me so much, because there's things that just come out at you and you're like, damn it, how do I deal with this? This is so new. And it's not often what strategies do you use to deal with this, it's how you perceive it. So yeah, I found that's helped me so much. So just bring yourself back into the present as much as possible.
Yeah, and if you can do something for tomorrow that you're dwelling on for tomorrow, like you know, there's something reassuring about thinking about things that have happened, because at least you can't rewrite that. But you're thinking about something tomorrow, it could all be the end today.
Yeah.
But like really start to think about right now and in this minute and how I'm doing this right now. Take your day even piece by piece.
Yeah.
Break it down to such a small level that like you have control. Control is something that's very reassuring to people, right?
Yes.
If the only thing that's in my control is what the next half an hour will look like, that's the only thing I should be thinking about.
Take it.
You know? So if I can't control what's in my day tomorrow, I honestly don't know what day of the week is. I know it's Monday, but I don't know what the date is today. And like I don't know what date is tomorrow, and I don't know what I've got planned for tomorrow. My assistant will message me the last thing before bed what I need to do tomorrow, because that's how I don't dwell on tomorrow's task. I've got enough on my plate today.
Exactly.
So little by little, control the controllables. Take it very small.
Yes, I completely agree. I take the day exactly like that.
Yeah, especially if you're an easily overwhelmed person.
Yes, exactly. Well, thank you so much for being here, Karishma. I love this. I feel like I learned so much about you. And before we wrap up, if you want to tell everyone where they can find you.
So guys, I be doing my content thing, and you guys can find me on TikTok at karishma.mua or on Instagram at karishmua. And yeah, you can also find my business that I've built with my bare hands on kishkin.com and try out my skincare. We will love it.
Yes, I adore it.
Thank you so much. And yeah, look me up. I love you guys.